Will Benjamin Netanyahu fall because of the ultras? The Israeli Prime Minister is facing immense pressure because of an exception extended to Israel's ultra-orthodox Jews, the Haredi. Israel's War Minister, Benny Gantz, who is the leader of the National Unity Party, is threatening to quit the party. The story begins with a bill, an extremely controversial one. It proposes to extend the exemption given to the ultra-orthodox Jews or Haredi from IDF conscription. Israel, like most of you already know, has a mandatory military service. Most Israelis need to enroll into the military when they turn 18. Men have to serve 32 months, women have to serve 24. After this, most of these men and women can be called to serve in reserve units until the age of 40. If there is an emergency, the 40-year limit is extended. Exceptions are made only for a limited few. Arab Israelis, for example, or religious women, married individuals, those unfit physically or mentally. In 1948, then Prime Minister David Ben-Gurion agreed to exempt 400 Haredi men studying in yeshivas. In 1998, Israel's top court observed that the exemption given to the Haredi violated the principle of equality. As things stand now, Haredis can be exempt from service till the age of 26 as long as he tells the recruiter that he studies the Torah, which is the compilation of the first 5 books of the Hebrew Bible, at yeshiva. The arrangement extending this exemption ends this March end. Israel is at war. Currently, Haredis make up 24% of recruitment-aged Israelis. Previously, there have been numerous recommendations calling for lowering this exemption age, keeping in mind the principle of equality. This issue has gathered heat. The top court of Israel has tasked the Netanyahu government with coming up with a new arrangement. What is the Netanyahu government doing? It has presented a bill prolonging the Haredi exemptions. The Haredi community obviously supports this. The mainstream Haredi community claiming that exposing its members to the rank of the IDF and the secular society would pose a risk to their traditional values. But what about the rest? The Israel Democracy Institute conducted a survey. It spoke to 750 Israeli adults. The poll found that 64% of the Israeli respondents and 70% of Jewish Israeli respondents believe that the Haredi exemption should be changed. Like I was telling you, currently Haredis make up 24% of recruitment-aged Israelis. 540 of the 66,000 ultra-orthodox men who were exempted from enlisting this year have opted to serve the IDF since the war started. Nearly 70% of the Haredi population believe they should remain exempted from the military. Why is he championing the Haredi cause in the middle of a war, you ask? Well, the answer is simple. Netanyahu's endgame is political survival. Just have a look at Netanyahu's coalition. It has multiple ultra-conservative parties, the United Torah Judaism Party, for example, or National Religious Party, Religious Zionism. Like we have been telling you for a while now, this is one of the most conservative governments that Israel has ever had. Tomorrow, if a situation comes where 18-year-old Haredi men need to enlist, the Haredi factions will withdraw support from and lead to the fall of Netanyahu's government. Netanyahu cannot afford this, especially on the heels of the October 7 Hamas attack, which exposed the lack of preparedness of his government. Netanyahu knows that accountability will catch up with him soon, hence the new bill to try and push the exemption. On March 3, Haredis organized a demonstration, in fact. Protesters cried, "We will die and not enlist." On March 9, Sephardic Chief Rabbi Yitzhak Yosef threatened a mass Haredi exit from Israel if Haredis don't continue to be exempted from the IDF. But Benny Gantz is threatening to quit the party if this bill passes the parliament. Gantz is saying, and I'm quoting here, passing such a law would be crossing a red line during normal times, and during the war, it's like flying a black flag over it. We will not be able to look in the eyes of fighters within our borders and beyond them and ask them to extend their service. The Defense Minister, Yoav Gallant, has said that he will be opposing the bill. It's a catch-22, which could lead to the fall of the Netanyahu government. On the 11th of March, the U.S. intelligence community released its annual threat assessment. The report anticipated, quote-unquote, large protests demanding Netanyahu's resignation and new elections. Could this bill be the trigger? To stay up to speed with the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.